y'all, it's your girl Arisza. Today I want to talk to you about the 4 investments that have helped me scale. I mean, my real dream team, literally. No ifs and buts about it. I'm just going to tell you how I've been able to get to where I am with the help and support of a dream team. Before I jump into that, just know that this channel is going to help you level up regardless. In your personal life, professional life, whatever it is, you rock with us, you're going to learn something about yourself and about your passion, your vision, your dreams, and how you can tap into it and elevate and get to that next level. That is what it's all about. But without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into this video. So everybody loves to talk about what they can't afford when it comes to business. I'm not even going to just say business. I mean in life. You hear people, I can't afford it. I can't afford that. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. But baby, the reason I've been able to scale the way I have is because I stopped trying to be superwoman and I started building a team. That is truly what I was able to do. And to be honest with you, in some instances, I might not have been able to afford it. But you find a way to get to where you're trying to go. And when you follow your dream, I believe you're met halfway and you're able to get to the next level a lot faster, a lot quicker, with a lot less stress. So for years, I wore a lot of hats. I'm just gonna be real with you. I was the CEO, I was the creator, therapist, the coach, the admin, the editor. I can't forget mom, wife, all of that stuff, everything at the same time. And let me tell you, that was not sustainable. Once I stepped into my CEO era, everything changed. And when I say everything, I mean everything, for sure. So let me tell you about the first person, or not the first person, but I'm not even gonna go in order. I'm just gonna talk about the 4 people that I've added to my team that's helped me elevate and get to the next level. No specific order, but if you wanna write this down and you're starting your own business, these are 4 people or 4 members of a team that you should actually have to help you get to the next level. The first one is a full-time personal assistant. This is my secret weapon. My personal assistant keeps my life and my business organized, on track, and flowing. I don't miss deadlines. I have no more scattered schedules. She handles all the chaos behind the scenes, so I can really handle and hone in on my vision and where I see my business going and where I want it to continue to go. That is why I have a personal assistant. When people are bombarding me with DMs and questions and emails, now it's directed to someone that can specifically help them and answer those questions, and I can focus on what I do best. Number 2, a full-time editor. As a content creator, you are the talent, not the editing team. Once I finally let go of trying to edit or trying to figure out how to do this and do that, my content output doubled. I mean, my quality improved and I actually have time to breathe. When I go back and look at my older videos, it wasn't so much about me not having an editor, because I had an editor then, but it was more about me feeling free to truly be me and knowing that someone else is gonna get me on the other end to know how to make it come all full circle. That is why I absolutely love my editor, and he just helps make my life easier. Number 3, a full-time admin, or should I say a billing specialist. This right here was game changing, babe. I mean, the money flow, the clients are supported, and my back end of the business runs like a business. It's not just a hobby. When I first started out, I was submitting claims, they was getting denied, I was putting in wrong ICD codes, like it was a madhouse. I saw all the clients, seeing 40 plus clients a week, the money flowing and flowing and flowing, but I wasn't seeing it because I didn't know how to do certain things. I wasn't the expert in that. But once I found the expert that was able to tackle it and handle it, it made my life so much easier. And number 4, a website developer, or should I say my tech person. I don't have those tech headaches anymore. Troubleshooting plugins, trying to figure out automations, crying because the page is broken, the link's not working. My developer handles all that, so I can build, I create, and I can grow. So before you start going down this rabbit hole about how you can't afford this, and I know she got all these people because she making this money and she got this and this and this and this and this, don't count my pockets, baby, because I'm telling you, I've made sacrifices to get to where I am. There are many a times when I couldn't afford any of these people that I had, but I knew my vision. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew it was going to take some work to get there. So it took some sacrifices. It took me not maybe going out to eat and going to the movies and going to shows and doing all this other stuff, because I knew ultimately what my goal was and what I was trying to do and trying to achieve. So ask yourself, the next time you say I can't afford it, ask yourself, can you afford not to? I see this all the time. People come to me, for instance, my test prep community, and they're like, I spent so much money preparing for this exam, I just can't afford to buy another thing. I'm struggling, I haven't passed. Like, that's kind of an oxymoron when you look at it. You can't afford to purchase something that's going to help you succeed, but you can't afford not to pass and to succeed. So you know, it puts me in a difficult place because I get it. You've made a lot of investments. You've made a lot of choices in life, and maybe the choices didn't get you to where you were trying to go. But that doesn't mean that it's not something out there that can. It just means you have to find the right thing. And once you find the right thing, it's worth the investment. That's just how life is. There's many things that we have invested in or that we have spent money on that wasn't worth it in the long haul. And we realize, I wasted my coins, I wasted my dollars, I wasted my time. And so for me, I would rather waste money than waste my time. And correct me, I don't want to waste either, but just hear me out. The reason I would rather waste the money is because money, you can find a way to achieve that, or you can find a way to get that back. But when it comes to your time, you can't do that. So if I spend 50 hours trying to figure something out and it doesn't work, that's 50 hours of my life that I can never get back. But if I spend $5,000 or $500 or $50,000, whatever it may be, to learn something, to get something, to achieve something, and I don't get it, there's another opportunity to find something else and another way to achieve it and to get it. That's gonna buy back my time. It's gonna buy back my energy. It's gonna do those things. So that is what I want you to think about the next time you're talking about you can't afford, you can't afford, you can't afford, you can't afford. Even when it comes to your business, you can't afford not to have a sustainable business. You can't afford not to have one that's gonna generate income. I had someone in my coaching community share with me that they were in business. They were like, I just love doing what I do and helping people. It's not all about the money. I said, honey, well, we can find hobbies, we can volunteer all over the place, but when it comes to a business, the whole goal and the purpose of it is to make money. If you're not making money, what are you doing? Walmart doesn't say, hey, come in, take a look at everything. Matter of fact, fill your carts up. We're just in the mood to just give things out. Hey, we're Wally World, welcome. No, it doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, when you shop and you finish doing what you're doing and you get to the register, they don't look at you and say, you know what? We love giving people things. You can just go. No, they're scanning and they're like, cha-ching, you pulling out that wallet, and they're like, okay, how much is that? Yeah. That's what you have to do. You have to pay for it. Nothing in life is free. So you have to think about it when you're trying to grow anyway, personally, professionally, financially, spiritually, mentally. You have to invest something, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whether it's your energy, whether it's your talent. All of those things are investments. So you have to figure out, what are you willing to do to invest into your business or into your journey so you can get to the next place. So if my business makes, let's say hypothetically, a business, I bring in $500,000, in one of my businesses. And most people are like, damn, you balling, you got all that money. No, my business has that money. I pay myself out of my business, but also out of that money, let's just say it's 500,000. Boom, about 100,000 is going towards advertising so people can know that I exist. Boom, another maybe 200,000 is going towards payroll because you got to have a team and people that's helping you generate the income and keep things going. So boom, that's 300 right there out of the 500. So what I'm gonna do with these two? Yes, maybe I'm paying myself in this part. Maybe this is to run the ads, to get things going, to get your malpractice, whatever kind of business you have, to buy your equipment, to buy your truck, to buy your laptops, your computer, your stuff. As you can see, businesses can be very costly, very profitable, but very costly. So you want to make sure that when you make investments, you're making them worthwhile so you can gain what you need to in the back end. So as I'm bringing this video full circle, because I know I've talked about a lot of different things, I want to go back because I always have my notes just to make sure I'm not, falling completely off the wagon. I share the 4 people that I did. I have my personal assistant, I have my full-time editor, I have my admin and billing specialist, and I have my website developer and tech support. It depends on what type of business you have. Those 4 people might not do it for you. They might not be what's needed. So don't look at what I'm sharing and say, oh, I need to get that, because this took years of developing and realizing this is what I needed to get to the next level. So that is why it's important to tap into the business community. Yes, guys, we have a business community. We meet every week. And I'm telling you, I'm helping people scale. They're telling me, hey, I got a goal of 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. I'm gonna be realistic with you. I'm gonna tell you what it takes to get there, what you need to do to get there, what type of energy you need to have to get there. You work a job and you spend 8 hours a day there easily, and you don't complain because you figure you're getting your $30 or $40 or 20 or whatever you get an hour from that job. But when it comes to your business, sometimes you're not gonna see that income. You're gonna be spending 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week sometimes on it, trying to grow it. You might not see nothing. You might not have, part of my French, a pot to piss in, but you're gonna definitely realize on the grand scheme of things, as you continue to go, you're gonna see the money begin to flow and begin to come in and give you what you need. But it takes time. And I want you to work on this process with help, with support, so you're not going backwards. I see a lot of people get really far in their business and then they forgot some steps and then they gotta run it on back. And they get far in their business and then they forget some steps and they gotta run it on back. So you're not really getting anywhere. I'd rather you get here and then, oops, I didn't realize that, but I'm able to help you realize that. And then you're able to, and then you try something your own and you're like, I didn't realize that. And then you're able to, see, you're making more progression. You're making more progress. You're moving. You're getting to where you need to be because you have the help and the support that you need to get there. So that is something that I want to share with my people today. Those are the 4 investments I made. Drop in the comment section some of the investments that you've made to elevate your business. And if you haven't started your business yet, tell me some things that you feel like you would need to get you to the next point. Because maybe you don't need it yet, but maybe we can get you to certain points so you can afford to get there a lot faster. That is what it's all about. So before you say you can't afford help, listen to me. Before you say you can't afford help, ask yourself, can you afford to stay stuck doing everything and not getting nowhere? Think about it. These 4 people have helped me scale faster than I ever could have done on my own. And now I get to wear my CEO hat, I get to wear the creator hat, and I get to wear the I'm chilling with you hat. You know, these are all the things that have helped me. So I'm able to choose short for my family and be the mother that my children need me to be and the wife that my husband needs me to be without losing my mind. Yes. So if you need that kind of leveling up, make sure you tap in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, yo. We all trying to win. Looking forward to working with you. Be blessed. I love y'all. Take care.